All right, Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom, salute to the hopefully elect. So this video, I got this clip from Dre OG Reacts. So he goes over a lot of what they would call conspiracies. Right, which conspire means to plan, to plan ahead or plan a story, right? So a lot of these things, a lot of these so-called conspiracies are been already proven to be facts or true. So they're no longer conspiracies. It's just the truth, or what they would call a red pill, right? So, so he go over these TikTok videos. A lot of people be on TikTok, bring they bring it out. Some of these people be bringing it out. But Great Millstone, or the men of the Lord, have been doing this since the internet, came on the scene. So. And a lot of people are doing nothing but regurgitating or re-saying what the elders and apostles and the men of Great Millstone from the least to the greatest been saying this whole time. They're just breaking it down in their own way. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip. This is fair use, educational purposes meant. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. And it goes into how Esau, right? I got kind of, pissed off, but hey, everything is of the Lord. So, the Lord set it up that way anyway. So we really can't get too mad, But it kind of like irked me when I heard about this, these Edomites, these, not the top ones, but the one, at certain levels, they are allowed to experiment with our food, the food that we eat. In other words, they're trying to play God. They won't just let the food be and let us get nutrients out of the food. They gotta tamper with it, sort of say, and add all types of GMOs and artificial ingredients or chemicals in our food. And you wonder why everybody got high blood pressure and diabetes and all type of diseases with their bodies, And, me as I drive trucks or whatever, so it's kind of, I try my best to cook my own food or plan my own food, but when you look up and down the street, you might get a tingle in your stomach and you might want to, a bite to eat. It's kind of hard because all they got is just junk. So you gotta look, and they got some decent places, but you gotta look, but they do this on purpose. Every corner that you go, it's a McDonald's, it's a Burger King, Wendy's, and all that's just garbage, man. Especially, and I'm not saying that I never eat out of there. I try my best not to. You shouldn't be eating out of places like that if you know the knowledge, if you're knowledgeable. But every day, you shouldn't be doing it every day. I mean, certain brothers got their ideals and how they move, and that's them, and every brother got their different way of different walk, so to say. But it's kind of hard, because they make it more available for you to just stop in these restaurants and grab something to eat real fast, and then aside opposed to getting a nice nutritious bite to eat. I mean, back in the day, if you go back to our grandfather's generations, you know, some of our grandfathers were born in the 20s. So by the time they were working, it was like in the 40s or 50s. And our parents' generations were like in the 60s and 70s and 80s. You know, the food, they probably had it back then though, but it wasn't as bad. You know, I'm sure the food was tampered with back then, but it wasn't on a rate as it is, you know. People wasn't just dropping dead from, you still had people having heart attacks and all that, but not at a rate like now. You know, they're just being open with it. And they're going overboard with it, you know. That's, everything is lab grown now, you know. And everything tastes different now. The fruit, you know, me, I'm getting up in age, not that quite young anymore, but not an old man. So I can remember when I was a kid in the 80s, right? The 80s, early 90s, fruit, you could actually eat good fruit. The fruit was different. The fruit tastes good, you know. You when you ate watermelons, it had seeds in it. You know, it had all the seeds in it. But now, recently, I just watched a video where they had a watermelon, and that shit was terrible. That shit looked like it had white seeds in it. So it was a mess. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, and then we're gonna get some scriptures, and that'll be that. So let's go.
SARS-CoV-2, and some of our science projects aren't the best ideas. And with that, I reserve.
Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
Well, my colleague on the other side of the aisle talks about keeping prices low. I think there's more to it than that for the American people. And he also speaks as if these vaccines, these transgenic edible plant vaccines, are only used for livestock. Well, in fact, they have been used for livestock. I'll get to that in a second. But they're also being used for people. That is the intended outcome of many of these programs that we are funding with money from the USDA.
Yeah, so they, in other words, they're taking the tax dollars, which is your hard-earned money, right? And they're using it to experiment and to play with your food, poison your food, because that's all they're doing. When they tamper with the food, they playing God, you know. I did a video recently where you had this chemist, Edomite chemist. He was coming up with ways to make food out of plastic. Yeah, ways to make food out of plastic. I just did the video. It was like maybe 2-3 videos ahead of this on my channel. So yeah, these devils got to get out of power, and the Lord gonna do it. So let's go.
Or are they really having a conference on this? Y'all let me know.
What could possibly go wrong with this research? Well, we found out a few years ago when a biotech company was experimenting, growing in corn a vaccine to keep pigs from getting diarrhea. What happened? Well, the next year where the corn was grown, the prior year, the corn came up and it got commingled with soybeans that were being grown there. It contaminated 500 bushels of soybeans, which were then commingled with 500,000 bushels of soybeans. And those all had to be recalled and destroyed. Luckily, they caught it. Do we want humans eating vaccines that were grown in corn meant to stop pigs from getting diarrhea? I don't think we want that to happen. Yet that almost happened, and it could happen. There's another case where...
Yeah, alone eating the corn. Y'all know what that... But we ain't eating that goddamn corn that the government made. First we had government cheese, now we got government corn. Hell no.
The pollen cross-contaminated another crop of corn, and 155 acres of corn had to be burned. What are the cases where we're not discovering this? I think it's dangerous to play God with the food. I think we need a...
See, I said the same thing. All they doing is playing God. Even the Edomite said it. So this devil got to be taken out of the management position. They got to be taken out of the management position and put into captivity in jail. And that's what we're going to do when the Lord come back. We're going to grab them right out of the caves and put them right in the chains, because that's where they belong. You know, it's a mess, man. Everything is GMO. Everything is messed up, man. You can't even eat a good meal without paying $200, $300. You know, I'm just exaggerating, but yeah, you know. And you can't even get a good fruit anymore. So that goes for all the people that say, oh, not to eat meat. They tampering with the meat too. I just came across a video where as though if you go vegan or just a vegetarian, which I tried it before, you know, it wasn't, you know, bad. But yeah, they tampering with the fruit and vegetables. So all that's GMO. So if you go all vegan, all vegetarian, you still taking in them chemicals. You still probably get sick. Let's go.
Safe food supply. And this is about food safety. Ultimately, the people in this country need to know what's in their food. And if we start contaminating the DNA of our food with DNA from other animals or viruses, the pollen could spread, and we don't know what could happen. And I would hope we've learned a lesson from the Wuhan lab that sometimes things escape. Sometimes things don't go as you plan.
Oh, he said something, and I got a scripture for that. He said sometimes things don't go as planned. So I got Job 20. I guess I started 21. It says, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. It says, when he is about to fill his belly. So that means when he, as soon as he get ready to implement his new world order or all his plans, when he's about to profit off of what he done set up, right? The Lord gonna come back and stop it. So it says, when he is about to fill his belly, you know, when you at the you cook the meal, you went to the supermarket, you got all the ingredients, you chopped up the vegetables, cooked the meat, and you prepared the platter. You got your plates out. Now you cutting, you making, you done made your plate. Now you sitting at the table with the fork and knife in your hand. And as soon as you take that one bite, you cut the meat. You put the fork, the meat on a fork, and took that meat and drenched it in the mashed potatoes with the gravy. And as soon as you open your mouth to take that first bite, bang! That's when the Lord gonna stop. That's when the Lord gonna come back. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and he shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So yeah, so they're not going to be able to push that. Well, they're going to push it, of course, but their plans are not going to be going to full play. You know, they're going to be stopped right at the door. You know, so I just wanted to play that video because I got kind of like, the spirit came upon me like, damn, man, because I was at work when I was listening to this video, and I said, man, this devil can't sit still. He always got to tamper with everything. And that's in Esau's spirit. He got to have his hands in every. He got to be the devil, Cain. You know, Esau, when he was out in the woods, he got to mess with everything. You know, to bother the. Why you messing with the food? Damn, this devil. But hey, well, that's why he's the devil. You know, and that's why the Lord put the Spirit on us to do what we do, and that's to reveal this devil. So, yeah, Lord willing, this is edifying. Till again, shalom.